Hey, my fine feathered fam. How is everybody today? I hope y'all are doing really good. I don't want to waste any time. I want to apologize for taking so long in between videos. I ended up getting caught by a cold. And then I had a sleep study, which was weird. I had wires all all over my head and stuff. And found out that my oxygen level is dropping big time when I sleep. So there's that. I am back. And before I release the video that I've been working on, I want to share with you guys that I had it ready to release. As a matter of fact, I did release it. And then when I went to watch it, I found out that the sound was sweet. And so I was having sound problems with this new program I downloaded. I believe that I have fixed that. But before I drop that video, what I want to do is I want to talk to you today about something very important. I have mentioned to all of you previously in my previous videos. If you haven't seen them, please watch them. Subscribe and like so you can receive updates. But I have mentioned that I'm a conduit, and during meditation, I receive the gift of understanding things so I could share them with you guys. Well, this is very important. We are all going through a lot in our world and personally, both exterior and interior. And what I want to share with you guys is something very important. And I want you to, if need be, rewatch this video so you can get the full understanding of what it is I want to relay to you. The spirit. I received information about the spirit. Now, the spirit holds 24 grams of its very own weight. This is scientifically proven. Forgive me, his name has escaped me. You can look this up. Hey, everybody, I appreciate you being here with me. Stick with me. I've got some really good information for everyone today. So the spirit holds 24 grams of its very own weight. And so during meditation, I received that I was to look this up. And then after that, I received that the spirit is our inner child. So the inner child, my inner child, your inner child is very much alive and very much neglected. Now, years ago, I had developed a curriculum, and it's titled Mirror Image. And we all have two very separate entities within us. You have you and yourself, and I have me and myself. Now, I am to always reside here, in my crown. Myself being my inner child, my spirit, that holds 24 grams of her very own weight. Because she has been neglected, she has left the safety of being housed within the soul, not the solar plexus. It is the soul. Our gut is our second brain. That's a whole other video. But our spirit, our inner child, myself, is supposed to be housed here within my soul, safe, attended to, where I am attentive, where I can communicate with her and her with me. See, because all the while, as we become adults, we think that we're the ones who have saved us, right? Or that our spiritual team or our relationship with Jesus, right? Yes, this is true. But our inner child was the one who was strong as we were growing up. Well, understanding this fact now, what I understood about my inner child is that she is not housed here. My spirit holding 24 grams of her very own weight, myself, is on the perimeter. Now I'm going to ask you all a question, and I want you to answer. And I'm going to count to 5 before I give you the answer to the question. How many choices do you think we have in a lifetime? Just in general. How many choices do we think we have? 1. No responses? Okay. We don't have infinite choices. The question was for everyone who just joined, how many choices do you think we have in general? No, it's not infinite. It's not Google zillion. It is not millions. It is 2. We have 2 choices. We have endless options. Infinite options. Free will has nothing to do with it. We have 2 choices, endless options. Now, understanding that, well, with all these options and my spirit, my inner child, myself, out here on the perimeter where all those options are coming in, my inner child, children as we understand them, are disobedient. And so with all those options coming in constantly, what she's doing is she is running amok. Okay. Well, what I have to understand is that because there's 2 of us internally, me and myself, you and yourself, I, myself, residing here in my crown, and I want you to do this at your own leisure. If you want to, I want you to close your eyes and I want you to fashion yourself a throne made for a king and a queen, a god and a goddess. And I want you to sit in it. Now, when I did this, I sat down in the most beautiful throne. And I have remained there for over a decade now. Now, as I see myself, my spirit, holding 24 grams of her very own weight, myself out here on the perimeter where all these options are coming in constantly, infinite options, I thought I have to remind myself, mind me, right? And bring myself in for balance. That was the first time I had ever really seen myself. That was the first time I had ever recognized myself as a child. See, because I didn't have much of a childhood. I didn't have a childhood at all, shit. And so now that I'm looking at my inner child, I'm still seated in my throne, and I'm looking at my inner child, and she's disheveled and neglected, and she is sad, and you can tell, has been alone. Holy shit, reminds me of me as a child. And so I got down on my knees and I pulled myself, my inner child, holding 24 grams of her very own weight, scientifically proven. I pulled her in and I embraced her. Now, when we embrace ourselves, I embraced myself. Ooh-wee, and I do this every morning. That's a whole other video. There's nothing like it. There's nothing like it. Now that I see myself, I guide myself down past my third eye, past my throat chakra, past my heart, where love does not come from, by the way. A broken heart is not a broken heart. The only thing we feel in the heart is desperation. Love comes from here. I guided her down past the heart, down into the soul, where she is supposed to be housed. When the spirit is housed within the soul, what we have then is we have spirit and soul. Now, we all live from here to here, having no relationship with the rest of our being at any point in time. Now, I made a habit long ago of feeling every step I take on the soles of my feet, SOULS, where I pull in soul food and feed the remainder of my being. So when our spirit is housed within our soul, what happens then is our spirit is our soul's heart, our soul's heartbeat. So when our spirit isn't housed within our soul lies dormant. Why we live from here to here. But when I finally received this understanding during meditation, and I guided my spirit into my soul, and my spirit became my soul's heartbeat, my soul's ignition, then I understood that love comes from here. The only thing we feel here is desperation. That's it. And that is why it feels so intense. But love comes from here. That's, you might remember I said, I receive understanding of the things we know. That is where I love you, heart and soul comes from. Oh, shit. What'd she say? The spirit is the soul's heart, the soul's heartbeat. Once they come together, now we can understand what I love you, heart and soul means. Now, we are all energy, right? We are all energy made up of the exact same thing. So the question is with all of these options coming in, okay, now we have our spirit housed safe, and we are here in our throne, and now we are at the helm. We are attentive. We are the adults, finally. Now we understand that our inner child has been the one keeping us fucking safe. Now we are the powerhouse. And now we have to come to find somewhere so we can understand how to be the powerhouse. Well, that's why I'm here. So now we have all these options coming in, infinite options, and only 2 choices. Well, how do we know what option is supposed to be ours? What are we supposed to do with all these options? Okay, well, I'm going to tell you. We are all energy, all of us. And what none of us do is spend time self-seeking so we can come to understand what we're supposed to do and understand what it is outside of ourselves that will allow ourselves a handbook. So when an option, okay, hold on. So we are all energy. Now it is safe to say that all these options coming in, that we can only hold a handful of anything at one time. So it's safe to say that there are only 5 of these options appropriate for each and every one of us. There's too many options to be messed around with. It's just ridiculous. It has to be able to be simplified, right? I told you, I receive understanding. Okay, so how do we do that? Well, we are all energy. And so when an option presents itself, now, let me back up. We're going to have all these options coming in, and 10 times out of 10, ooh, that's a lot. They are not going to be appropriate. They're not going to have anything to do with us. So ignore it. But when an option grabs our attention long enough to really stop us in our tracks, all we have to do, because we're energy, is step outside, connect the SOULS of our feet, and out loud ask, is this right or wrong for me? You'll know before you even get to the end of the question. Now, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to be. So, ding. But there are going to be a handful. And I've lived my life by this, and I am who I am, and it is what it is. But I love my life, okay? And my life has been blessed. A handful, the simplification of life. And that's what this curriculum is called. When we receive our 5 options, we don't have to worry about options anymore, because we can then transfer to this hand and build opportunities. Opportunities. The simplification of life. The spirit holds 24 grams of its very own weight, scientifically proven. Look it up. The spirit is your inner child, my inner child. With everything going on in our world, we have got to have a new platform that we can call our foundation that allows us some type of understanding so we can get our shit straight. So we can become balanced. We're not living like this on our foundation. Fucked up integrity, confused, questioning everything before we even try it, questioning everyone before we apply it. I'm not asking you to do anything. I am supplying you with the giftedness that I've been given just to share, so you have the option. You know, there is a fine line. There is a fine line that we are all standing upon right now, like a precipice. Some of us will pay attention, and some of us will not. One of my most popular quotes is, attention is like money. The more we invest, the more interest we receive in return. That is the principle in which I stand upon, I live upon. Now, I don't want this video to go far out than it needs to. I wanted to share this point of view with you because it is vital that you have this information so you understand that it is not knowledge, it is understanding of what you already know, but you didn't know how to understand what it is that you needed from it. My gift to you. Take it or leave it. I'd take it, but hey, that's just me. You are all my fine feathered family. Truly, I adore and care for all of you infinitely. I care enough to come to understand how to love you by investing my attention into details. Now, we do have a community where we can all communicate. Let me know what you need. If you're going through it, let me know. If you need to talk or vent, I'm here. We're not going through this alone. We have to come together. You are all very important to me. And that's just real talk. That's just real talk. That is real talk. I don't know. Mr. Map, are you a vacuum cleaner? Look, I'm not here to play games. I am here to remove them. I don't have time for it. I really don't. I don't have time for it. I will tell you, Mr. Map or Mrs. Map, could Map, I'm not sure if you're female or male. By the question, I'm assuming male. I'm going to have to check before I allow my psychic abilities to really confirm for your safety or your security or whatever. But I hope you don't feel like a vacuum, because you're not a vacuum. You're extraordinary. You are absolutely wonderful. And I'm glad you're here. So thank you for being here. Please like and subscribe. Share with your friends. I adore you all. Have a fantastic day every day, no matter what's happening in this world. We have to create our own. I'm just here to care for each and every one of you. So I am Q of You. I'm also known as Miss Understood. I'm also known as Love. You choose how you want to refer to me. It is all up to you. You can even make up your own nickname for me. But might as well get personal. We're in this together. I adore you all. Mwah.